So good morning. Uh, yeah, good morning. Today we are discussing about National Tourism Organization. Yesterday we discussed about international tourism organizations, in which we have discussed about World Tourism Organization. We have discussed about IATA, PATA, and other regional tourism organizations, which helps in development, R&D, and the economic benefits for the destinations, and they actually help the tourism departments and other private organizations in perspective of how can they develop, how can they do make use of the destination, how can they do the infrastructure planning and strategies. So these were the job of the tourism organizations. Whenever you have any questions regarding tourism organizations, so you can relate to that. Actually, their main purpose is only the development and helping the bodies to get the maximum out of it, and they help in sustainable tourism. They help in to save the environmental issues. They help them to make the destination responsible tourism activities. So whenever we have any kind of questions, we have to relate that to the all the tourism organization. Actually, their main function is that only to help the bodies. So this is actually the facilitation between the tourists and the government organizations. So as I've seen that a lot of students are not putting their interest into it. Got some queries that exams are postponed, or it may be after some months. But what I suggest and advise you all is, please go to start your preparing your examinations, uh, your paper 1 or paper 2. At least you can start your paper 2, so that at least you can make your notes, because you have when you have notes, so you can give whenever you have exams, so you can go through it 1 week before, and you can give the exam. So it's always better to you have much time for your examination. So, but let me check on the slides, on the website. I have some query from students that exams are postponed. So let me check on that, and then I will get back to you. And meanwhile, if you have any queries, please ask me on WhatsApp group. I will help you on that. And But I request you all is, please make a notes on the copy, make a proper bullet points, so yeah, so that at the time of examination you don't have to go through the books deeply. So prepare your notes properly, chapter wise, uh, topic wise, and by, I think, by the end of this chapter we will give you the like question papers also to get solved. At least we discuss last 10 years question paper will give you to solve at your home, so that also will provide you. But please, what I request is, please, whatever the slides and whatever we are teaching you, please make a notes of it. And if you have any queries, please put in notes on WhatsApp. I will definitely reply on that. Okay. So thank you. Let's start about the National Tourism Organization. Just like International Tourism Organization, National Tourism Organization is also helps the Indian government to strategize and to do the planning for the development of tourism. So I made these slides especially for the Indian perspective. So it's execute the national government's responsibility for the control, direction, and promotion of tourism. So the main function of that National Tourism Organization in India, that it executes government's responsibilities, how they control, directions, and promotion of tourism activities in the country or around the globe. All countries engaged in tourism have a national tourism organization which plays a leading role in both the formulation and implementation of government's tourism programs. So, we discuss in our previous slides also that all the major countries of the world have their own national tourism organizations, which actually do the formulation, which do the plannings, strategies, and the implementation of those government tourism programs in different states or different UTs effectively. It is also responsible for coordinating different activities of all the bodies interested in tourism development. So this is their responsibility also, the coordination between tourism bodies in terms of bodies in tourism development. The National Tourism Organization may be a fledged ministry, director general, and department and corporation or board. So these may be the organization that is director general, departmentals, and the corporations of boards, corporation or boards. Just like we have a Indian Tourism Development Corporation. Its arrangement and constitution depends on factors like political structure of the country, the level of economic development, potential value of tourism to the economy, and the level of tourism development. And its arrangement in terms of the different bodies, the constitution depends upon the political, economic development, and potential value of tourism to the economy of the economy and the level of tourism development in the country. So their most important job is to do a R&D on the R&D on tourism, and they do exploration, like how can they improve the tourism structure in the country, how can we get benefit from the different destinations, and how can we improve on that, what will be the availability of technical things technical things which we can adopt in the tourism to increase the tourism inflow. So this is the job of a tourism organization, to do a R&D, and which they do through the different departments of tourism through HRD, that is human resource department, where you have a different universities, we have a different IHMs, Institute of Hotel Management, we have in almost I think 12 IHMs we have in India. So which actually provides the professional trainings to the hospitality students and to the culinary students. And we have a departments in universities also, like we have in Jammu University, Delhi University. So their main job is to do a R&D. They do a dissertation and thesis on different subjects to explore that how can we improve different infrastructure, different destination, how we can do exploration, and how can we make it a proper product, and so that we can sell the product, and we get the benefit of it. So when I just you I'm diverting from the topic. Like, see, sometimes what happen, uh, when you want to travel to some destination, so you go to a travel agent, and you go to travel agent and you ask him, yeah, I have a requirement, like I want to go to Manali. So what are the options you have, what kind of package you have. So what this travel agent used to do, they make it a product. What they do, they make a itineraries into this product, like when you decide you go to Manali from Delhi. So they make a itineraries to you, either you go by by railways, by airways, or by taking a taxi. So you what you do, you take a taxi, or you have decided to take a taxi, and you go to Manali. And then you, on the way, you have some food or the refreshments. So this is called actually the itineraries. And when you check in the hotels, some breakfast or lunch or dinner will be available to you, which is included in the packages. So this kind of itineraries they make, and then they they provide the product to the customer. So my aim is to make you understand how this how they make the product to sell to the customer actually, or the tourists. A basic function of NTO is the search of tourism potential in the both country, potential in the country, natural and man-made both. So to find out the opportunities and potential in the countries, about the natural attractions and the man-made attractions. Information and promotions within the country, to provide important and accurate up-to-date information to to the tourists visiting countries, or at various places. So then this is also their job to give a proper information within the country, to the tourists who want to visit that destination or place. Regularization and standards of lodging and restaurants, to ensure the maintenance of appropriate standards of quality and services of hotels and restaurants. So there will be some standards and regulations for all the hotels and restaurants which is working at a different destinations. There will be a standards which is governed by the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, in which it is there like what all facilities hotels have to categorize. Say if it is a five-star hotel, what all facility we should have there. If it is a four-star hotel, what will be the facility should be there, and what are the minimum standards which they have to maintain to run that hotel. Now there will be a inspections by the ministries. If we have given the license to the hotels, like they are running five-star hotel, now there will be a regular inspections by the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, at different hotels, to see that whether they are following those standards or not. If they are not following those standards, then they import some fine on them, or they ask them, they give them the notice, you have to upgrade your standards, or they will, they will close those hotels. So this is how it works. And if it is for the restaurants also, like we they have set the standards for that, what all licenses you need to run the restaurant, what kind of minimum standard they have to maintain. So all these guidelines, or standards which is set by the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, to run the hotels and restaurants smoothly, so that they shouldn't cheat to the customers. So this is Ministry of Tourism and Government of India is also a governing body on that, so that they run the institution effectively. They shouldn't they will not able to cheat the customer whosoever is coming to those hotels. Control of activities of private travel agencies, to ensure the appropriate standards of quality and services of the travel agents in terms of efficiency, comfort, economy, and protection is maintained. So this Ministry of Tourism, Government of India also do the control on the different travel agencies, so that they ensure that the proper services will be imparted to the tourists, and there should be a transparency, and protection is and the rights of the customer should be protected. Publicity overseas, it includes advertisements for publicity of all kinds, print media, electronic media, public relation, distribution of print material. So their and their responsibility also to advertisement the different destinations of India at an international level, through print media, your electronic media, your TVs, and maintain public relations and distribution of print material at a different countries. So now international relation, to develop international understanding while bringing diverse people face to face, develop social cultural value understandings among all the peoples of the world, making friends to set a good image of country at international level. So there This is also their duty to maintain a good relation at an international level, in which people interact face to face, and they have understandings and making friends to set a good image of the country as India. We know that India is a friendly country. No, we they have a four broad areas, that is administration, production, marketing, and financial. So Ministry of Tourism. The Ministry of Tourism is a branch of Government of India, is the apex body for the formulation and administration of the rules and regulation and laws relating to the development and promotion of tourism in India. By the wording also we can understand that it is the apex body of the country which do the formulations, make the administration work. They do the planning and strategies. They make the rules and regulation laws for the development and promotion of tourism in India. The ministry is headed by the Union Minister of Tourism and supported by Minister of State for tourism. Yeah, so this is we know that this is ministry, and under ministry this is Union Minister of or sometime Minister of State will be responsible for that, and the department is given to him. We have Director General of Tourism has field formation of 20 offices. We have Director General offices, and where we have 20 offices within the country and 14 offices abroad, and one subordinate office, a project, that is Indian Institute of Skiing and Mountaineering, Gulmarg Winter Sports Project. So under Director General of Tourism, we have 20 offices and 14 offices are abroad, with the subordinate offices of mountaineering in Gulmarg. So need to understand here. You should depend on those points, like how many offices of Director General we have in India and outside the country. Role and function of the Ministry of Tourism. It plays a crucial role in coordinating and supplementing the efforts of the state, union territory governments, catalyzing private investment, strengthening proportional and marketing efforts in providing trained manpower resources. So their important role is to coordinating and implementing efforts between states and center government, and they provide uh, private investment, strengthening promotional activities, and marketing efforts to marketing efforts in providing a human professional manpower to the different hotels and so. So Ministry of Tourism has five regional offices located at sorry, Kolkata East, Mumbai West, Delhi North, Chennai South, Guwahati Northeast. These are headed by an officer of level of Deputy Director General, designated as a regional director. Each regional officer, called as a regional RD office, has the sub-regional officers in their jurisdiction, totaling 15 in number. The Ministry of Tourism has a six regional overseas offices located at Sydney, Frankfurt, Tokyo, Dubai, London, and New York. There are seven sub-regional offices located at Toronto, Paris, Milan, Amsterdam, Los Angeles, Johannesburg, and Singapore. The main functions of these 13 offices to carry out overseas marketing, position India in the tourism generating market as a preferred tourism destination, to promote various Indian tourism. So their main function about this at their international marketing offices is to do a overseas marketing of the products, position India as the prime location for the preferred tourism destination, and promote various tourism products. Now we have a ITDC, Indian Tourism Development Corporation. The Indian Tourism Development Corporation Limited is the hospitality, retail, and education company out by Government of India under Ministry of Tourism. ITDC came into existence in 1st October 1966. Please note down those dates because this it may come to your exams. Their aims is a progressive development, promotion, expansion of tourism in the country. And objective is to construct, take over, and manage existing hotels, market hotels, beach resorts, travelers, lodges, and restaurants. Their main job is to construct and manage these hotels, market hotels, beach resorts, and traveler lodge and restaurants. To produce, distribute tourist public material, to render consultancy, come manager services in India and abroad. To carry on business, full-fledged money charges, FMMC restricted money changers extra. We have discussed this yesterday also. ITDC divisions. Please note down these also because this is important to know. Ashoka Group of Hotels, International Duty Free Trade, Ashoka Travel and Tours, Ashoka Creatives, Catering Units, Sound and Light Show, the Ashoka Institute of Hospitality and Tourism Management, and Event Management. Presently, ITD has a network of 8 Ashoka Group of hotels, 5 joint venture hotels, 5 restaurants, including one restaurant, Ashoka Lounge, Delhi Airport, 9 duty-free shops at international as well as domestic airports, 2 sound and light shows. So please note down this. This is what we have under ITDC. Sorry, Ashoka Group. Now, State Tourism Development Corporation. Every state in India promotes tourism through separate tourism department, which typically has a information portals, website, run hotels and package tours extra. So every state in India has their own department, and through which they runs different hotels, different packages, different information about the destinations available in that state. Like we have a Rajasthan Tourism Development Corporation, KTDC, and HPTDC, and Jammu Kashmir Tourism Development Corporation. The Travel Association of India, we have TAI, TAFE, IATO, ADTUI, ATUI, ATTUI, OTO, AI. These are the some of the travel associations we have in India. So that's all for today.